Welcome back. Dr. Tom Groover with Dr. Norris Golberg, and we've decided to make these videos a series called The Big Idea. And so this is episode 2 of The Big Idea. Welcome. And today what we want to know is a little bit about the history of Dr. Golberg's history with chiropractic. There's a lesson in this, so it's not just about his history. Okay, so Dr. Golberg, how did you get into chiropractic? What is your story?
Well, many chiropractors will kind of attest that chiropractic care found them, and I believe that to also be true. I had no idea what chiropractic care was before, even just a few months before getting into the profession. I was in the health and wellness industry, and in fact, my family was a very medical family. My dad's an orthopedic surgeon. My aunts were all nurses. My both grandmothers were nurses. So I grew up, the pretty typical American kid taking pills, and when you had acre pain, you put a Band-Aid on it, and even had a few surgeries because that was what was the option at that time. However, as I got older and I should say a little wiser, I realized there was better ways to take care of my body. And as I just matured, I realized I had a lot of responsibility for my own body in terms of athletics and keeping it optimized for performance, but also keeping it from not getting sick all the time, right? So I was playing rugby in New Zealand, and when I came back, we were playing against Life University. And Life University at the time, and I believe they really still are, is one of the best rugby schools in the country. And they had both an undergraduate team and a professional team, and I was playing in the same professional league. So that kind of perked my interest, how there's a university associated with a semi-pro league that is normally just, city clubs. Like I played for Boston at the time. And so I did the research, I looked at Life University and what they're all about, and I realized it was a chiropractic college first and foremost. And read a little bit more about it, and I said, that sounds pretty cool. So at that point in time, I was looking to work more with the human body. I was a strength conditioning coach, but I felt a little bit of limitation there. It was great working with athletes, but I knew there was a bigger population that could be helped, and I had a fairly small platform as essentially a personal trainer, right? And of course I looked at medical school, I looked at my dad's career, and I realized although there's a lot of opportunity there, it just wasn't going to be the right fit for me. And was looking at doing some form of grad school at that point, and thought maybe I would get my MBA. And thank God I didn't go that route, because I would have been very dissatisfied working in a corporate setting. I love being an entrepreneur, but working in a stifling little office building with cubicles and stuff just wouldn't be for me. So I told my dad, because a lot of people wonder, what'd your dad say? That's always the first question I get. What'd your dad say when you wanted to become a chiropractor, with him being an orthopedic surgeon? And I gave him a call, told him. He was really accepting of it, and said, here's 3 or 4 docs I would go shadow in town, because he was the local orthopedic, so he knew most of the local chiropractors. And so the first guy I went and visited was Dr. Jay Corson, and Dr. Jay was a Palmer graduate. He had a huge heart. I'm still practicing today. He takes care of many people. He's got a real deep understanding of chiropractic care and the philosophy of chiropractic care, right? And so he just kind of gave me what we call the principle, or the big idea, in the name of our series here. He shared that with me of how chiropractic actually works, and what you're doing when you're actually moving bones in the spine, and how we get such amazing results that aren't just related to neck pain and back pain, and really that can be the fountain of health for many. So that really kind of lit me up and invigorated me, and I thought that's really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. Watching him do the adjustments, I thought that looks cool. I'd love to do adjustments all day. I'm a hard worker. I'm a manual, hands-on kind of guy. But then I went and shadowed the next guy, and the next doctor was Dr. Tom Morrison. He's up in East Providence, Rhode Island, and he's a chiropractic biophysics doctor, a CBP doctor. Very analytical, very by the book. He took specialized x-rays, he would measure them, he would be able to measure if you had a normal curve, or if your pelvis was tilted or twisted in one direction or another. And he also paired it with exercises and traction and different types of therapies. And coming from a medical world, I really liked that. That really resonated with me, because I knew I'd be kind of up against it. I really needed to prove what I was doing. It couldn't just be all hype and whiz and bang. It had to also have the science behind it. And so I knew right then I was going to be a chiropractor. Between the two of them, I was going to find my fit. And went off to chiropractic school. I joined the rugby team, and about 3 months later, I only had to do one prerequisite because I already had an advanced health science degree. So I think I had one more chemistry class to take, and I started enrolling in that school, and I was in school fall of 2012.
Yeah, and so that's a really fascinating story. And when did you start receiving chiropractic care the first time?
So Dr. J was really my first adjustment. I had an adjustment prior to that, but I'll save that story for another time. Dr. J gave me an adjustment that day after shadowing him for the day, and that's kind of when he was talking to me about what he does and kind of the magic behind it. And I got that first adjustment, and I got a big rush. I just saw the room brighter, and the lights were more vibrant, and I just felt like I was breathing deeper, and I was just like, wow, if every adjustment is like this, and I can do that to someone, like, that's pretty amazing. They don't always end up being like that, as now I know after hundreds of adjustments, but the right adjustment at the right time can deliver some pretty amazing results.
Well, we're going to be talking more in this series about what it is that your chiropractor adjusted, and the significance of that for health and well-being. And that will be our topic for episode 3 coming up next. So thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.